Hi everyone. This video is going to be a bit more raw and explain a bit about my story and about how I've become absolutely obsessed with both photo and video. If this is the first video you're watching on my channel, my name is Anthony Zammit and welcome to my channel. I work as a full-time mechanical engineer for a great company that thankfully treats me very well. I've previously worked for a company that had a rather toxic environment. There is nothing worse than waking up in the morning absolutely dreading going into work. This was happening to me for over a year and it took an absolute solid impact on both my social life and my mental health. I had to work out a way, how am I going to get out of this vicious cycle? I booked my first overseas holiday to Malta and put in my resignation 6 weeks before I went on this trip. I purchased a GoPro and partnered it with a gimbal so I could document this whole trip. I particularly wanted to capture where my mum lives so I could show her when I got back home. Unfortunately, my mum couldn't make it on this trip due to health reasons.
You touch him.
Don't yell. Mum's loving the Bose headphones.
So off I went to the other side of the world with my brother and a GoPro. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, taking little snippets of bits and pieces and moving on. I would try push-in shots, pan shots, and any sort of movements that I thought were cool. I had absolutely no idea about video camera technique. Now this trip had it all. It completely opened my eyes to a completely different world. It was both the most amazing experience of my life and also one of the most emotional, as we found the house that my mother lived in. Once the trip ended, I arrived back home, unemployed but with hours of footage. I spent my time applying for jobs, and in between breaks of applying for these jobs, I started editing this Malta video. I started teaching myself how to make a travel video. I spent hours on end trying to find the perfect song that I could use. As I started putting the clips together to the beat of a song, I started envisioning the story that I wanted to tell. I didn't just simply put some clips together and just added a song for background music. I started actually putting it to the beat of the song, added in certain visual effects to make the video more appealing. I was absolutely hooked. So I finished the video and uploaded it to YouTube. My family and friends both here in Australia and in Malta absolutely loved it. The feedback was incredible and I felt like I got the mojo off my back. To further boost my confidence, an Insta page in Malta actually wrote an article about it. You believe it? They actually wrote an article about my first ever video that I made. It was absolutely incredible. While this was all happening, I actually landed a full-time position at the job I am currently still at today. I made some coin and purchased my first DSLR camera. It was from here that my obsession for photo and video spiraled out of control. I started photographing portraits, photographing mates' birthdays, and most fun of all, I videographed the proposals of some of my best mates. Every day I would spend endless hours watching YouTube tutorials or even online seminars, which still happens even today. Year 2022 was a milestone year. I decided to put myself out there and start embarrassing myself by talking to a lens, kinda just like I'm doing right now. I began creating more YouTube videos, starting from simple cinematics to tutorials. I also got given a bit of a push by a friend to photograph my first paid gig. And finally, at the end of the year, I got the most amazing opportunity, which was to second shoot a wedding for a company known as Bethel & Co. My overall aim this year is to get out of my comfort zone more often, to stop second guessing myself and just simply having a go. All great artists start somewhere. Life is all about experiences and how you simply grow from them. I would like to push my craft even further, but most importantly, not forget my initial reasons that got me into this hobby, which is to forget all of the world's problems and to just simply create. Now this was a very different video to what I usually put out there. So if you like this style of video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment on this video if you loved it or hated it. It is all welcome. Also, please click subscribe as it truly does support this channel. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Booyah!